Hello friends, welcome to the Trading Temple channel. Today we're going to analyze Coin C and we'll also take a look at the Bitcoin chart to see what they're up to. As you can see, today all the coins in crypto have dropped more than 5% and the situation in the crypto market has gotten really bad. The whole market is bleeding. The specific cryptocurrency coin you see displayed here is indeed Coin C. And as we previously discussed and talked about it a few weeks ago, we are currently situated within a distinct chart pattern, specifically called a pennant chart pattern, which characteristically features a clear downward trending line and a corresponding upward trending line. And what you can see now is that today, with the candlestick formed here, where this coin has dropped by about 6%, it has managed to break the upward trend line. And now with this very large candlestick, it is being traded in the price range of 27 cents. We talked about the candlestick that was formed here. We said that this shooting star formed here is a very dangerous candlestick. When it forms near a resistance, there's a possibility of a reversal or a pullback. When it made the pullback and came into this area, which was a support level and gave a good bounce, we had considered that with this bounce, this coin could break this trend line and move toward 50 cents. But that didn't happen. And with the deeper pullback in Bitcoin caused the altcoins to drop even more. And now, as you can see, this chart has become a bit risky. In terms of analysis, it has now lost both its 50-day moving average and its 100-day moving average. The only moving average that remains so far is this red moving average, which is the 200-day moving average, and it's around 25 cents. It's very risky if it drops below this level and loses it as well. It could fall all the way down to these areas, meaning it could go down close to 20 cents. Because if we switch to the 4-hour time frame, you'll see that this area is full of gaps. These gaps need to be filled if the price breaks down and loses the last level, which is here at 25 cents. In my opinion, the price will drop sharply and go down to around 20 cents, hitting this upward sloping medium-term trend line. But honestly, this trend line isn't very strong either, because it still depends on the market. If something bad happens in the market, this trend line could also break and we would go even lower. What truly matters right now at this very moment is that these crucial levels here, specifically between 25 and 27 cents, absolutely hold firm and that we subsequently get a significant bounce. As you can see, the MACD has now turned red on the daily time frame. This means we're in a bearish momentum, and on the weekly time frame, we've pretty much lost the bullish momentum and are entering a bearish phase, which makes things very difficult. And in this part, we saw that we couldn't break through the weekly moving average. The 50-week and 100-week moving averages were tested, and we couldn't get above them. As I mentioned, it's very important for the 200-day moving average to hold and for this 25-cent support to be maintained, otherwise the situation could become dangerous. The trend line has been broken and this support has been hit several times. It's like a door that keeps getting punched. Eventually, after punching it 4 or 5 times, the door will break, and this support is the same way. Once, twice, and now this is the 3rd time it's being hit, so the likelihood of it breaking increases. And in the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the situation is really bad, and as you can see, it has also broken through this trend line. The only scenario where we could turn bullish on this coin is if we get a fake out like here and the price manages to come back and move up. And basically, if it can break through this downward trend line here in this area, then we can turn bullish. Otherwise, so far, things don't look good. Now, let's move on to Bitcoin and analyze it. We already talked about Bitcoin earlier this morning. Bitcoin had a support level here in this area, which it has now lost. We can say that the support was in this area, which we talked about. We said this support is basically the last one that could really maintain the bullish momentum in Bitcoin. But with the candlestick that appeared on the 4-hour time frame, it basically showed that it didn't care at all and broke right through it. It's breaking through all the supports one by one, and Bitcoin is moving downward. Right now, as you can see, the price is being traded at around $109,000. What matters for Bitcoin is that if we look at the daily time frame, we see that we've returned to this long-term support, which is actually the previous major support. We hit this level once before and had a good bounce, and now this is the second time it's being tested. If this support is lost, you could say Bitcoin is pretty much done for. In my opinion, in this area, we have the 200-day moving average, and we also have a support level here that you could say is quite strong. This area is roughly around $100,000, and if this support level, which is currently at $109,000 to $107,000, holds and Bitcoin manages to bounce up from here, that would be very good. And where would we turn bullish again with this bounce? In my opinion, we become bullish again when Bitcoin manages to get back above the 50-day and 100-day moving averages and its price moves in that direction. Basically, if it returns to around $115,000, then we can become bullish again. As you can see, if this support is lost, Bitcoin's price will drop to $100,000. And at the same time, in this area, we have a very long-term trend line that goes back to 2022, which we drew from the bottom to the top. You could say it might test this trend line, and it could also test the 200-day moving average, as well as this $100,000 support level. But if Bitcoin loses this level as well, you could say it might enter a bear market. This area is extremely sensitive, both for Bitcoin and for altcoins. They need to bounce back here if anything is going to happen in the market. The situation is very complicated. We also analyzed Tether dominance this morning, and unfortunately, Tether's dominance went up. When Tether dominance rises, it makes things much harder for altcoins. And as you can see, it formed a head and shoulders pattern, which we talked about. It has also broken the trend line, and the head and shoulders pattern is almost confirmed. If it manages to go above its 200-day moving average, then it's really over. That means it could do a pullback and then go higher. Things have become very difficult and challenging. We have to see what happens to Bitcoin and altcoins in the next few days. For now, the situation isn't very promising. I hope things change and we move upward. I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and don't forget that this is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor, and trading is never 100% certain. Everything is based on probability. Until the next video, take care.